Hi, welcome to Schulte's Sweeties YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls ages 11, 8, and 5. Today I am sharing our read alouds from this last year. So I was pleasantly surprised as I looked through our list that we actually got through way more than I thought we would this year. So I just wanted to share what we liked and what we didn't like for our read alouds. Not sure if there are other families that are in the same boat as us, but with some younger kids and an older kid, it is very difficult for us to get through read aloud. Sometimes we don't finish them very quickly. It usually takes us a few months, but usually I have something going on, a book going on with all of my kids, and then one with my oldest, sometimes my middle. So I have bigger plans for next year, so we'll see how that goes. But the first thing that we have done this year was probably early August was when we actually finished The Indescribable book, the devotional. It's 100 devotions about God and science. So we really like this because it involves science, and so it kind of gives us a little extra science there. We have that one, and then we went ahead and went straight into How Great Is Our God, and we finished that one this school year. Once again, we still really liked it. We actually tried to do another devotional set, but we just went straight into this one instead. We just enjoy the length of these and just that it includes that science. And then we went into The Wonder of Creation. This is one that we are currently using. We do these in the morning, so we are about halfway through. I don't know what we will do after that. I think this is the last one that was made. Maybe they'll make more. And so then we're going to go into read alouds that were okay. Some of them weren't so great, so I will share that with you. We read this one at Christmas time. We had read the first book about the boy who became Father Christmas, and we read that last year with our book club and got to watch the movie together. Well, this one we read on our own at Christmas time. It took us, I think we were into February or maybe March when we finally finished this one. It wasn't as good as the first one, and it just took us a long time. We were busy in December, so we did not get as much done. Then I also have read The Secret Puppy. This was a book that actually has 3 books in one, but I read The Secret Puppy with my middle. This is an easy chapter book, but we kind of alternated like the pages and stuff, so she didn't feel like she had to do it all on her own. We read that, and it was a cute little, if you have animal lovers, these puppy books are cute. Pet rescue adventure is what they are. My oldest and I read Detectives in Toga. I had seen other people recommend this one, and we were learning about Roman people in history together, so I thought, oh, this would be fun. We almost didn't finish this one, but there was like a little mystery in it, and we wanted to see how it ended. It was okay. I don't know, it was kind of boring at times and could have gone a little faster. So this was one it was okay, but I'm not sure if I would recommend it. And then we also finished the 3rd book of the Polar Bear Explorers Club. I think there's a 4th book, but it doesn't really go with the storyline. We had read the first 2 books with our book club, and so we went ahead and went to the 3rd book. We were kind of ready for the series to be over. That's why we didn't even pick up the 4th book, since it doesn't have the same characters and things. We really liked it, the first one at least. And I mean, we liked all 3 of them, but what happened was my daughter was like, well, all the bad people like that you think are going to be bad turn into be good. And she's like, she said it was pretty predictable, so she was kind of annoyed at them at the end. So now I'm going to move, well actually there's a few more that I'm going to just pop up pictures. PSB 11 was one that I read with my oldest daughter, and we finished that, where we started that one because we had read One Crazy Summer. It's about 3 girls that go visit their mom in Oakland and learn about like the Black Panthers and things. The second book was about them being back after visiting their mom and kind of their lives in New York City. it wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still a decent, we didn't really like the ending. It didn't seem like it resolved anything. Another one that my oldest and I both read, we didn't really read it out loud together. We read it separately, but this was Out of My Mind. My daughter read that for the school year, and I really liked it. And there were parts of it that my daughter was like, what? Like she didn't, there were some parts, but it was about a disabled girl, and like she can't really use her voice, so she has to use a computer to talk, and just her struggles like of communicating with her family and her friends and school peers. So we read that one. We read Sea Turtle Mystery. It's a Boxcar children's book. We read that audiobook on our way to Tybee Island last August or September, and it was a kind of a fun one because we were going to an island that like is known for having sea turtles and things, and we got to go to a sea turtle museum type thing and like a little hospital that they take care of sea turtles, so we enjoyed like the connections. We read a Zoe and Sassafras book. This was number 5. It was The Pod and Bog. I try to include some of those Zoe and Sassafras or Ada Lace books because my younger ones can understand those a little bit more, and so I try to add those in. It's not really my oldest favorite when we read those, but I want to include some that are more on their level, as well as for my oldest. And then another one that was kind of on a lower level was one of those Ranger in Time books. It was about the Twin Towers, Escape from the Twin Towers. And so we read that around 9/11. And that was, I mean, a good way to introduce. My oldest was like ready to be done with the book, but it was fun. So this is another one, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, that we read the first one in the series. It was just my oldest and I did not read this with my younger ones, and we really liked it. We had been studying Greek mythology around this time, and so we started it, and it was a really fun read. I told her she can continue to read the rest of the series on her own, so that is what she will probably be doing because she really did like that one. One that we are currently reading, we are about halfway through, and it's a fun one, is Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library. And it's a fun one. It has like some puzzles in it. It talks about games and then like a little mystery and stuff. So we are enjoying this. This one is a little bit tricky for my younger ones. I do have to like explain things sometimes to them, but it's a fun, we had some puzzles. I'll show you some, they have like some little picture puzzles in this. So I'll show you one of the pages that we enjoyed doing. So they have those every once in a while, like little picture puzzles and things. Another one that we did enjoy this year was Wish Tree. We read this with our book club again, and this is about like a tree and like kind of the journey of him seeing people throughout his life, and also just about friendship. And there are 2 kids that like their families don't get along because one is a different race, and you know there's prejudice there and stuff, and so just like the whole community kind of getting through that as well. So, and the tree kind of brings it all together. The tree does talk, so it was a little weird at the beginning, but it's a pretty fun book, so I would recommend this. It's by Catherine Applegate. And then our favorite book that we read this year, I think all of us kind of agree on this. This was by Lynn Kelly. It's Song for a Whale. I have talked about this in other videos, but this was our favorite. We read this with our book club as well, and it just brought in like, we got to learn about the deaf community, about sign language, about whales, sound, Alaska. So it was a really fun read. We actually finished this quicker than most of our other books, so I would definitely recommend putting this on your list to read in the coming year. So that is pretty much our list of what we read this year. I'm really looking forward to this next year. I've kind of pulled out some books that I'm hoping to read either with my oldest or even getting a couple in with my middle and my younger ones separately. Because it is getting harder to include everybody. So we'll see. I'm hopeful that we will get a little bit more done even this next year. So thanks for joining me, and don't forget, comment down below what your favorite read aloud book was this year. Have a great day.